My name is Anna, and in this video, I will be doing an option A from our assignment and talking about the cell and its organelles. I will preface this video by saying I do have a cold, guys, so if I break into coughing at some point during here, I'll resume momentarily. This is my diagram here, and I have colorized the different parts that we will be talking about so that it is hopefully easier to understand. First off is the nucleus, which has the nucleolus, which is this guy here, the nucleoplasm, and the nuclear envelope. The nucleus is the largest organelle and is generally considered the brain or control center of the cell. The nucleolus is where ribosomes are made, which are used in protein synthesis. Moving on from the nucleus, we have the endoplasmic reticulum, which will be shortened to ER for this video. The ER is made up of a network of interconnected channels called cisternae, which often look like little folds in microscope images, and has two distinct parts. The first part is called the rough ER. This part is connected to the nuclear envelope and has ribosomes attached to it. The rough ER is where proteins are synthesized. The rough ER is where protein synthesis begins. The second part is the smooth ER, which is connected to the rough ER, but it does not have ribosomes. The smooth ER aids in detoxifying cytoplasm. That's this guy right here, which is generally considered to be more tubular-like rather than fold-like. When talking about the ER, I mentioned something called ribosomes. That's these little black dots scattered all around the cell. The ribosomes are found both connected to the rough ER and found free-floating in the cytoplasm, which is the liquid that is inside the cell and all of the organelles are suspended in. The function of ribosomes is to read genetic material and to make peptides and proteins from amino acids. The next part that we will talk about is the Golgi complex. That's this green guy right here. This organelle synthesizes carbohydrates and finishes off protein synthesis. This organelle synthesizes carbohydrates and finishes protein synthesis. It also has cisternae, but far fewer of them than the ER. Close to the Golgi complex are the Golgi vesicles, which are packages of finished proteins used for transport in the cytoplasm. Our next organelle is called the lysosome. This is a package of digestive enzymes held together by a membrane. Lysosomes are specialized Golgi vesicles that help break down unneeded or unwanted material, for example, bacteria or other organelles. Similar to lysosomes, but produced by the ER, are peroxisomes, which help to detoxify cystol. As I mentioned, that's the liquid within the cell. Next up is the mitochondria. This organelle is specialized to create ATP, which is used to synthesize energy for the body and the cell. It is surrounded by a double membrane and has cisternae within it. Within the space between the cisternae, you can also find ribosomes. The last organelle that I will talk about is the centriole, which is a cylindrical assembly of microtubules. Often this is found in pairs. I was running out of space, so I did only draw one for visual purposes today. The centrioles play a role in cell division. That's most of the major that's most of the major organelles within the cell. I hope this video is useful to someone. I certainly found it useful to me.